guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber and Kyuujin, and today we are back with you with Frieren, episode 11.
Season 1 so far. Yes. Last episode, Frieren fought Aura, and they both put their souls on the scale, and they measured the amount of mana that they had, and Aura was pretty sure she was gonna win because the mana that she could see from Frieren was very little. And as far as she knew, she was only around for like 80 years or so she was like, there's no way you're gonna be as strong as me, a demon who's been training for 500 years.
Yeah, you're nothing. You're pebble in my shoes.
What she didn't know was that Frieren had learned from Flam to hide her mana. That's the whole thing, to deceive demons, because demons, they don't do that. Their whole like hierarchy is based on power, so they don't hide it.
Yeah, they take pride in it.
Yeah, but we took a lesson from the demons themselves, and we learned how to lie to them. And Frieren spent years just hiding in the shadows, building her mana and hiding it. And so when she appeared 80 years ago, she was already 1,000 years old, but no one knew her, and she was fucking strong. So on this scale, it did for Frieren, and Aura killed herself.
Yeah.
Now we gotta find Stark and Fern. They are both, I mean, Stark is dying at this point. He's lost so much blood, but they both won their fights, so let's team up. Let's see if we can move on from this place, if we can move on in the journey after we're healed, please.
They did well.
They did very well.
Now it's time to rest.
And move on in the journey. Let's jump in this episode and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go. A new dawn, new hope.
Oh, that would be the day after.
Yep.
So every slave was released. I'm glad we're seeing the aftermath. Like, I want to see them meet Frieren after. Oh, sorry. Praying for the people that died, some of which she knew.
They were technically already dead, but now their soul is at rest.
Yep.
It's kind of weird being that joyful after seeing
After what we just saw?
Yeah.
The death of thousands of people.
Yay!
Oh, well, he's up.
信じられん。
行くよ。
逃げる必要はない。
伯爵は全部不問にするってよ。
Yeah, she was just on the run.
激しい戦いであったろうに、どれも大きな損傷はない。北側諸国の英傑たちによく敬意を払って。
Instead of just battering them and hurting them even more, she just exorcised them.
ヒンメルに怒られたから。怒られて当然だ。フリーレン様のしつけが上手ですね。しつけっていうの。
He trained you well.
よくリュグナーたちを倒した。
Thank you.
偉いぞ。
Aww. You deserve it, both of you.
じゃなければもっと良かったけど。
God.
このくらい戦士なら。
Music is beautiful.
彼女たちを町まで送る。はっ、カカ。
Would that have been his son or something?
I
Like,
think, yeah.
わしは今日ほど誰かに感謝したことはない。
Yeah. That was the rest of his son.
oh, he did say the only thing they brought back was his sword.
お前にできうる限りの褒美を取らすと言った。
Lots of books.
防護結界について記された。本当にこんな魔導書でいいのか。
偽物。
She knows.
口伝により継承された似ても似つかぬものだ。
これは趣味ですので。
Maybe it's a way to take away the lies. Like, Flam wanted to stay kind of forgotten almost. Like, people were not supposed to remember her, so might as well not remember a lie.
オードでは貴族に対する非礼は死罪だとか。王様にタメ口叩いて処刑されかけたんだよね。
Why am I not surprised?
ヒンメルの泣き叫ぶ顔。死罪だなんて大げさな。
Kings can be, yeah.
わしにタメ口叩くのはこの町では重罪だ。
中央諸国は野蛮ですね、閣下。
I saved your life!
裏庭の木切り終えました。ご苦労。
Just for that. Oh, I cut the trees.
タメ口程度で牢に放り込むような法はこの町にはない。気にせず楽にしてくれ。
Yeah, but in some places you might just be
よ
careful.
かったですね、シュタレク様。
His life
Soul
flashed.
left.
His life flashed before his eyes.
町の者たちにも伝えておいた。英雄たちをねぎらいたい。
No statues, please.
どうかゆっくりしていってくれ。
The next day, she was gone.
And I mean, Frieren would have stayed, but Fern and Stark needs to go.
That's how they'll remember you.
それほどでもないけど。
We're getting a song too. Let's go.
Nice.
I really like that we're taking the time to see everything here. The healing, the repairing, everything. Music in this show is so good.
買い出し終わったぜ。
And we've upgraded the clothing.
大陸最北端のエンデを目指しているそうだな。今は北部高原の情勢がだいぶ悪いようでな。
What else is new?
一級魔法使いの同行が必要だ。
What about us?
フリーレン様がいるので問題ありませんね。その一級魔法使い。
I think that's you, girl.
You probably register. It's just
魔法使いの資格ですよ。
she never got the certification.
生徒で取得しました。ほら、
Third rank.
3級魔法使いの認定証。
So we don't have a first mage certificate.
まさか無資格の闇魔法使いだった。
Black market.
But I mean, back in the days, we didn't have those.
Back in my
使いを
time.
管理する団体ってしょっちゅう変わるんだもん。どうせこの正常の証ももう使えないんでしょ。何ですかその骨董品は。
That's what I received 1,000 years ago.
Well, things change and she's not realizing it. So
頻繁に管理の基準を。
so frequently
こ
to
の
you.
ままでは先に進めません。あまり詳しくはないのですが、北側諸国でも受けられる場所がありまして。
So we're gonna pass the exam. Okay.
北側諸国最大の魔法都市シュベア山脈を越えたずっと先だ。長い道のりになる。グラナト家はこの恩を決して忘れん。
Next time she comes back, you won't know who she is in a mere 100 years.
They'll all be dead.
Yeah.
Probably.
Unless we come back through here, but Snow.
雪だな。
ここら辺の冬は厳しいから気をつけてね。魔王軍との戦いで最も多くの人を殺したのは
Weather.
冬だよ。
Yeah, the elements are the worst. It literally is one of the first things you need to focus on when you're alone in the wilderness. So,
迷った。
and you done. I love Stark.
シュベア山脈に入る前に遭難とか。起きてください。寝たら死にますよ。
スペシャルってこんなに小さかったっけ。
He's on memory lane already.
He's already seeing all of his life.
魔法で飛ばして運ぶわけにもいかないね。
He'll be flying away.
飛んでっちゃう。担いでいくしか
Just
ないです
tie him
ね。
up with a rope or something, just like a balloon.
重い。
And he's taller than you, so yay.
置いていっていいですか。我慢して麓まで行けば避難小屋があるはず。80年前の知識ですよね。
With Frieren, we never know. We might die.
まだ定期的に管理されているみたいだね。なんだか人の気配がしますね。とにかく入るよ。
I wondered what he was doing.
Yay.
いい温まってきた。
Okay. Bye.
We're gonna take the next one.
お邪魔します。ここはダメでございます。他を探しましょう。
Too much testosterone?
変態がいるからです。
変態とは侵害だな。
行きますよ。
待て、お前エルフ。
It's true. They're almost extinct, right?
Well,
300年ぶりくらいだな。絶滅したのかと思っていたぞ。
私もだよ。
ヒヨありがとうな。
she likes to complain about Stark, but she takes care of him.
女神様の導きだな。シュベア山脈を越えてきたんだが、スクワットで命をつないでいたんだ。
よくわからないんですけど。
But moving keeps you hot, right?
魔法使いフリーレン、使いのフェレンです。
And that's
こ
a
ちらは戦士
warrior.
のシュタルク様。
天国を目指す旅か。信仰心が熱いのはいいことだ。
半信半疑だけどね。
But hope is all we have.
シュタルク様の体温が。
He's dying, man, already.
He's going into the light.
心地いい。あんなに大きいジャンボビルスペシャル。
Yay!
どうしちまったんだ。多 確か猛吹雪で
No. Where are your clothes?
It's to keep him warm. Ah. Basic survival skills, by the way.
Okay.
せっかく人肌で温めてやったという
It's a crazy welcome, so wake up
人
call.
肌っておっさんいい体してんな
シュタレク様
Ow. Not like that.
よく
Keep yourself in check, Stark.
とんでもなく強いだろう名前は
文句のクラフト
Craft a monk? We need a monk.
お前はここで休んでいろ二人は食料を運ぶのを手伝ってくれ
He's in shock. He's impressed.
お前は俺のことを知っているか
全然
俺もお前のことなんてこれっぽっちも知らん
勇者様ご一行の魔法使いですよ
その前は
Yeah, that wasn't a long time ago.
俺たちはエルフってことだ
Does he mean family? Long time ago?
Probably. Who was she before everything?
Flam's student.
Where does she come from?
Currently, we don't go there. I'd like to keep him around.
He
He's
seems
in the
nice.
opening, so I guess.
It's nice that we saw one after the other, they all start praying with him before supper.
They got used to this, so
北側諸国の長い冬を越えられたこいつをフェルンに渡してやってくれ女神様への感謝を忘れていない
クラフトはどうして女神様を信じているの
信じていないんだな
神話の時代を除いてこの世界の長い歴史の中で
俺も昔はそうだった
someone that
She's
says
young.
Frieren's young.
心の底から女神様を信じている
How old are you, man?
いてくれなきゃ困るんだよ俺の成してきた偉業も正義も死んだら天国で女神様に褒めてもらうんだよく頑張った素晴らしいものだった
The last person who would know what he did, what he's been
Yeah.
through.
わかるだろ自分の生きてきた奇跡が誰にも覚えられちゃいないってのは
Oh, this took a sad turn.
長い人生を歩んでここにいるんだぜ
それはただの私たちの願望だ
そうだな天国もかまあいいお前が信じないって言うのなら
この村の孤児院の復興資金を出すなんてね
私も孤児でしたから褒めてくださることでしょう褒めてくれる人はいますか
急にどうしたのさ
女神様を信じていないようなので身の上を話していただければ
褒められるようなことなんて何もない
常に魔力を制限しているのに
You knew.
気がついていたの
何年一緒に旅をしていると
And not that bad. A mere, like, whatever
面白い
years.
話じゃないよ
構いませんよ高額のためにもなります私の子供は魔法使いになるかもしれませんよ
If only he knew. Huh?
もう別のやつに褒めてもらったから
いい友人を持ったな大事にしろ
Oh, we know.
その人はも
That's why we're going to heaven, because we didn't do that when they were around.
う今は天国にいるよ
いずれ会えるな根性の別れとは思わん
I hope gonna meet you again.
またな
See, a few centuries.
Mere centuries, yeah.
おっさんも元気でな
ありがとうございました
You were a footnote on his life, like barely even that. But he inspired you.
I thought we would have seen him in our party, but
I
he
know.
he just was there to inspire us, and he left.
I guess this is what elves see others off, usually in their lives. This was meaningful to them. This is gonna last in their memory. But for us, it was barely like half an episode.
Yeah.
Cute episode. Okay, so an elf that's older than Frieren. I never thought we were gonna see that. An elf, point, like just an elf aside from
they
Frieren.
did say that there's not a lot of them already.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So,
But yeah, it's weird to hear someone say like you're so young. But yeah, the concept of the goddess, they did say that in the age of mythology, she was around. So I guess like in this world, considering we have elves and stuff, it's not too crazy to imagine that we would have a goddess. And like someone like Frieren who doesn't believe in her, that's a bit, if you think about it truly, what is Frieren and what will she be years and years and years in the future when she's dead and no one alive actually, was around when she was around? What's Flam now? She's a legend,
Yeah.
So a goddess, basically, I'm assuming it was someone who existed back in the day, that could have existed back in the day, who did great things and is now remembered.
I'm gonna tell you, when we saw that picture of the goddess, I did thought that she looked like Frieren.
Yeah, it's not Frieren.
I know it's not Frieren, but yeah, you're right. With time, when nobody alive remember you, or remember that you used to be a real person,
You could fade
you're gonna
into this, yeah.
become a myth, basically.
Like Flam is the best example because she has become legend. Like nowadays we don't have, like, her books that are going around are all fake. The only real one we saw was the one in the actual tree that she left for Frieren. So, which by the way, I assume that could be one of the reasons why Frieren is going around gathering them, because first of all, that's little bits of memories of her teacher, who did say that, part of the training was to also fade into the shadows. Like, don't be known, don't have people know who you are, because you will lose the advantage, you will lose the element of surprise. So you don't want people to know who you are and how strong you are right from the beginning. So I assume she lived her life like this. She lived her life in silence, away from other people. Now people remember her as like, oh, she started like humanity's magic and all of that, and there are so many books of her, but it's all fake. So maybe gathering them is a way to erase the fakeness, erase the lies, and also honor the way her teacher lived her life. Like, maybe she did not want to be remembered. Maybe she did not want to become this legend. And Frieren is kind of like, bits and pieces of my teacher, let's gather that and just take them away from people. It's all lies anyway. It's copies,
Yeah.
so.
True.
But it's not too crazy to imagine the goddess could have existed. So then when Frieren says she doesn't believe in her, maybe it's just like the concept of a goddess that's ever present with you, having seen what she's seen, having lost who she lost. Would you believe that there is a benevolent like figure that's looking out for you, and you're supposed to believe that person will make everything better? Like, you don't see the world change, like you're just wandering around and people go, they come and go and nothing ever changes.
Is it really that far-fetched? Because we're technically going to Eden, the end of the world, which is supposed to be like heaven.
Well, yeah, but my theory...
Where people that die go there at the end.
But my theory is that maybe Frieren, since she was just wandering without ever getting attached or anything, she never needed a goddess to believe in. She never thought of heaven because she never got attached to people. They were, like I said, barely footnotes in her long life. Now she is thinking about heaven because she desperately, in her core, she needs to see him all again. She did not honor her friends when they were alive. She did not remember them the way she should remember them. So now she's trying to reach those memories. She's trying to reach them. So she needs heaven to exist. She needs to believe in that because her goal is to reach it. So maybe someone like, I forgot his name already, but...
Kraft.
Kraft.
Like craft dinner.
Yeah, Kraft dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kraft dinner...
Damn it.
He said that he needed to believe in the goddess because if he needed someone that remembered him. Like, everyone that knew him is gone. So to believe in the concept of the goddess is reassuring for him, because if not, that means he's completely alone. But if you believe in the goddess, you basically know that with you is always this presence that looks out for you, that knows what you've done, that is witness to what you've been through. And when you die, you're not just going to end up in nothing. You're going to end up with her, and she'll praise you for what you did, for your deeds. So I think that Frieren, being still new at this whole like attachment and memory and feelings thing, is barely coming out of that void in which she's grown up, where she's completely cut off from everyone. And if she comes out completely from that, maybe eventually she'll need to believe in the goddess as well. maybe the idea that losing everyone and having no one to remember you is going to be too painful. Once she realizes that those meetings, those people mattered to her, she's starting, like she's going to heaven because she knows like, okay, you know what, I'm actually affected by their deaths. I'm actually affected by them going. Like they went too soon. Maybe once we get to heaven, it changes. Like, I don't know. I feel like if she needed the goddess, she'd believe in her. So we're not there yet. But someone like Kraft needs to believe in the goddess because he needs someone there with him. So that's why he believes. That's why he's such a pious guy. And I mean, I don't know what the goddess does in their world, but what she represents. But if it's just that, it makes sense. If it's the concept that, you know, once you die, you get to a good place and you get to meet your loved ones and stuff, that's heaven. But maybe you believe that heaven can only exist because of the goddess. I've always believed that religion is, is basically like something that you need. Like if you...
Where to put your soul at peace?
Yeah, something like that. Like if you... when we watch stuff like Vikings, like especially Vikings, because Vikings talks about this a lot, in the discussions that we have, I usually say like, oh, go, like if you truly want to have faith in something, like if you feel like you need religion, go with the religion that speaks the most to you, because that if you need it, you're gonna go for it, right? Like there's no point in following something that doesn't give you anything, right? A way of life, values to believe in, just stuff to look out for. I don't know, like whatever it gives you. If it gives you something and you're safe when you think about it, when you follow it, then do you. So I think this is what's, happening in this. It's a cute concept. And I love the whole, like, well, if you don't believe in the goddess, that means you don't believe someone is looking out for you or praising you or just, rooting for you. So I'm going to do that. I'll be the one praising you because you have no one else. That's really cute. That's really cute and really sad. And she said that she already had like someone that did that for her. I mean, our priest.
But that person is not there anymore.
But she still said that, she had him. So I feel like if she doesn't believe in the goddess, she has to believe in heaven. Because she's like, oh, I have someone, but he's dead already. So if he is in heaven and we can reach heaven, then he's still there. I can still see him. I don't have to move on. The concept is too painful. If we get to heaven and it's not there, if we get to heaven, it doesn't exist. Or if we get to heaven, it's a one-time thing, then maybe it gets so painful that's when she realizes, oh shit.
But I mean, the whole concept of reaching heaven is to be able to grieve and to move on, to be able to just make peace with the past and what we lost.
I don't know how it's gonna be.
Honestly, I'm expecting that we're gonna go there and we're gonna hopefully see our...
I wish we would.
Our
loved
ones and be able to just say what we were meant to say and just go to the next step. And I mean, I'm not expecting that we're going to be able to
stay there.
No, I mean, well, I mean, depends.
We die.
Do you recall the game Beyond Two Souls?
The choice between dying and...
Like, if you stay in heaven, you die. But if you chose life, you won't be able to reach heaven anymore.
I feel like reaching heaven here will definitely give us stuff that we need. But I'm not sure it's going to be exactly as we imagined it. So that's why I'm a bit anxious to get there. But I want to get there. My idea is that once you realize that you have no one else, that's when you can turn to the goddess as an idea, like, oh, you're there with me, you can support me, because otherwise it gets painful. Like Frieren being still young for an elf has maybe not gone to that level of, oh shit, like she's bigger, like when you think about that in those terms, that she's young for an elf, you can actually see like, oh, that could explain why her emotions, like we saw she was like juvenile when it comes to her emotions. She's a child when it comes to understanding people. Like she's a child elf, but years and years later, when she's reached that maturity, when she understands humans and how they matter to her and how people matter to her, maybe that's when she starts looking for a god figure or something to give her peace,
constant in her life.
Yeah, to give her peace and constant, because like this guy obviously had to do that. Maybe that's what happened. That would happen to her as well, depending on what we find in heaven. It's a very deep show, but yeah. In any case, I'm glad they're all okay. I'm glad that we got new clothes for the winter. Stark passes out way too often.
Winter is gone. It's already gone.
Yeah, it's still gonna be cold. We're going north.
True.
So this was a storm. That doesn't mean that we're not gonna get more snow in the future.
No. This is a thank you for staying with me all winter.
Okay, a big storm. But still, we're going north, and the more
It's gonna get colder, I guess.
yeah, the more north we go, the colder it's gonna get. So we got clothes now for that if we need them. And Stark passes out way too often, but we're seeing glimpses of him and Fern potentially.
They're getting close.
She's taking care of him more. She still, lashes out when he says stuff, but he did say she smells nice.
What I mean, they're becoming friends, at least.
At least friends. Okay, but yeah, we got to see the monk, and I did think he was gonna stick around, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see him again.
Who knows? We might see him again
Yeah.
at a century or two.
Yeah, well, hopefully not, but still. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next 2 episodes right away, they are on Patreon already. You can check them out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't wanna, the next one will be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
We're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.